Alright guys, welcome to video 2. Here we go. So, just like our other one, we are going to go ahead and start with our biggest brush, and we're going to mix up a light blue for our sky. Just going to blend it in here. I want it nice and light because this is more of our realism or romantic era. So we're looking for it to be emotionally pleasing, relaxing. I'm just going to paint all the way down here, getting lighter as we go down. Okay, making sure we get all of our edges, everything. Feel free to add as many or as few clouds as you want. I like mine pretty smooth, but you can make fluffy clouds if you feel like it. Go for it. So now we're going to get some blue hills. They're not going to be as dark as the ones that we did on our post-impressionistic picture, but we do want these to be nice and shaded in, so we want to desaturate our color. Well, these are still a little bit darker than I want them to, so I'm going to lighten that up a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to blend it down. I'm going to do my other one here. Okay, this one up. Now these are going to be pretty much the exact same shape as in our other picture. So we're going to come up here and down, blend that down and in. Okay, so there's our horizon line. There are our mountains. Scrape off my brush here. Now I'm going to use that same gray and I'm going to add some more of our blue and yellow, a little bit of white, tiniest bit of black. We're going to blend this in. Now in this one I want a little bit more of an earthy feel to it than in my impressionistic work. So it's not as bright. We're just going to continue going through here. That's a little bit bright still for me, so we're going to swipe some more white on in. Mix, mix, mix. All right, and we're just going to blend it and continue to go down. Just pulling it down all the way. All right, I'm going to blend in some more white. Just lighten our background down here. It's farther away, so we really do want that a little desaturated. Now, as we come up toward the front, I am going to add a little bit more yellow into it. We're going to bring a little bit more of a vibrant grass to the foreground. Just continue to blend. There we go. This one's not going to take as long as our other one. It's not as detailed. However, it is so much more relaxing. As far as I'm concerned, some people really enjoy the impressionistic artwork, and it's very relaxing for them. This one for me, the smooth strokes, the long strokes, lots of blending, that tends to be where my artwork tends to lean. Okay, so we're just going to add in that highlight. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our shadows that we're going to be bringing into our mountains. Shadows and highlights. Okay, as you can see, I've already shaded them in a little bit just to give some more depth. Now we're going to mix up this color. It's a light blue mixed with some of that green, and it's just going to come down right on the tips there. See, that really just gives a little bit more of that light reflection on the trees that are covering those hills. Okay. Now we're going to go in and we are going to add our tree. So we mix all of our primary colors in to get our brown. I want a nice rich brown for this one. Not as dark as last time. A little bit of white. Okay, and once again I'm going to come down. Just going to go straight into that root structure. down and straight into that other root structure. There we go. And pull up, and we're going to get our branches. Now I am going to add a couple more branches to this one. We only had 3 on the last one, but this one's going to have a little bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take that yellow. We are going to mix in this one right in here. Blend, blend, blend. Now, we are going to make our pathway. I do want it a little bit lighter. So just like before, we're going to come in with the exact same snake shape. Right there, we're just going to come down. And remember, perspective, as it gets closer to you, it is going to get wider. Okay, we're going to imagine this is a path that we just get to stroll on, just to relax, enjoy nature. Okay, I'm pulling a little bit more brown into it as I come to the front. I'm going to blend that up and back. Now we're just going to continue to blend that in really well. Okay, make sure you keep cleaning your brush between colors, guys. That is important. It's a small detail, but it's worth it. Now I'm going to start blending in a nice tree green here. I'm going to start with a mid-tone. So it's not a shade, it's not a highlight, it's just my medium tone that I'm going for. And I'm just dabbing it very, very quickly. I want more texture on this one, whereas last time it was a lot of broken up brush strokes. This is more tapping to try to blend it and give it the illusion of having different leaves kind of flowing in the wind. Just tapping, tapping, tapping all the way through. There we go. I'm liking that so far. Make sure you don't cover up your branches too much. We want to make sure that we see them. Not all trees, especially in the spring, have enough greenery on them to hide the branches. So this is where I'm going to add just a little bit of a darker tone, and we're going to shade in some of those branches. Now just go along the bottoms of them. There's no need to go all the way through and cover them all. Just show where the shadows would be on the lowermost side away from where the sunlight would hit it. Just tap, tap, tap. Just start a little bit and build up from there. Sometimes it can be easy to go too heavy-handed. Now I'm going to highlight it. Notice I put the yellow in with the white and blended that up. Okay, just more tapping, more white, blending it in. Now we'll just catch those reflections from the sun on the leaves. Can you just imagine this tree like rustling in the wind, watching the light kind of dance on the tips of the leaves? That's my favorite. I love spring for that reason. There we go. Oh, I'm liking this already. It's just popping. All right. Now, while I have this green, I'm going to go ahead and start laying in our grasses. So we're going to start with the darkest green and fill in the shaded areas. That's going to be primarily around our walkway, and then we're going to blend them down at random throughout the field here around the tree. Of course, under and right around the tree will be shaded as well. So we're just going to continue that for a little bit. It feels a little strange at first, but once you get in the groove, you just kind of keep going, and your eye will tell you where things need to go. Don't overthink it too much. Just let the brush start moving. Let your heart just start leading the way where it needs to go. Now we're going to shade in right here along the pathway. You can get some really dark shadows right in here. Just add a little bit of black to that just to give a little more definition right at the edge. Wonderful. Okay, now I'm going in with that mid-tone. Just start filling in some of those spaces. Some of my darker, some of my lighter. Just start grabbing what colors you have, filling in those spaces with that texture. Now you'll notice, unlike the impressionistic version of this painting, this grass is very soft. It's very softly put in. So this is my super small brush. Now I'm just going in with some highlights on the grass. So this is a very, very light green. It is slightly desaturated, so we've got a little bit of a light gray in there with lots of white. We're not looking for a neon yellow-green color. Not in this one anyway. Feel free to put it in your other one. That'd be perfect. Okay, and just tap, 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 tap. Nice little light taps. There we go. It's coming together, yay! Can you see it? Can you see this road just starting to beckon you? Makes me want to go for a walk, but it's raining out right now. So there we go. I'm going to put some shading on this tree of mine. Need a little bit more definition in here. There we go. Oh, that feels much better. Some highlights, some shadows. Of course, there aren't too many highlights down here because all of the leaves are keeping it shaded, but you still need to make sure that you have some contrast. Now I'm going to fill in some flowers. I want some white flowers on this one. Last time I had orange flowers. This time I feel like it just needs some white flowers. Just little groups of daisies. I'm going to pretend they're daisies. Just tapping them in ever so lightly. Of course, they get smaller toward the back. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. Now I'm going to highlight this road here. Not a lot, just a little tiny bit with my small brush, just to give the illusion that the sun is shining on it and reflecting off of the gravel or the dirt road. Okay, now to sign it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are done. Congratulations, you have now fulfilled Tree in the Sun. I really hope you enjoyed this one today, and I hope you did the post-impressionism one as well. To post your pictures so I can see what you did.